And, the biggest one, I think, of the past week has to be Antonio Griezmann announcing that he's going to be leaving Atletico Madrid this summer. 1 year on, I think it is, from the so-called decision where he announced that I will be staying at Atletico Madrid. Yeah, right.
Such a pansy of a footballer.
So it looks like he's going to be on his way to Barcelona, depending on whether or not any other team decides to pay his so-called 100 million
Manchester United
release clause. Yeah, it could be that team. He was linked to them at one point.
It'd be funny if it did.
But, looking at this Barca team, I don't think he actually fits in it really that well.
No.
What do you think, Luke?
No, it doesn't fit in at all. And, Barca's transfer business is revamping. Getting the old guard, moving them on. Obviously, big news today, De Ligt looks set to join Barca for 65 million pounds or euros to join his mate Frankie.
It's Europe,
to join Frankie de Jong. And it's from going from one end to the spectrum of revamping your team and stuff to going for a 28-year-old Griezmann, who's he's a top quality player, but apparently the Barca players don't want him there because of his attitude, his pansy attitude. With the decision thing, got booed off in his last game for Atletico. You know it'll be so funny if he doesn't get that move and has to go back to Atletico next year. I will laugh.
I think he'll get the move, but I don't think I could see a transfer happening where he doesn't go to Barcelona. I just think when Barcelona looks on the front of it, they got Suarez. Suarez is going to be at least there for another 2 seasons before his decline, and then they've got Messi. Messi can play there as long as he wants. And then, they look on the other side of the pitch and, with Messi on the right, Suarez in the middle, it's usually on that left-hand side that they need the player. They tried to fill it in with Coutinho and it didn't work out. Malcolm's trying to break into that team, but, we have to wait for his development. And they've got Dembele as well, haven't they? But, Griezmann, I don't think it's been a couple of years now since he's played really in that kind of left side wing role, but he doesn't really play that often. He's more of a forward striker.
Or for France, he's a number 10.
Yeah.
Plays off Giroud. But I feel like for Barcelona to solve their striking problems, if Suarez needs a rest, then Bale on the left, Malcolm on the right, Messi is false 9. Why don't they just do that instead of splashing out on a 28-year-old turning 29? That just shows the short-termism of Barcelona, because their transfer business is laughable. Kevin Prince Boateng on loan, that doesn't show me that the Barca board actually know what they're doing, apart from getting Frankie de Jong and signing up De Ligt. It's so funny, and apparently the players don't want him. The Barca players don't want him, and I do think Valverde wants him. Valverde wants him, a manager who should be very lucky that he's still in the job after the humiliation he had at Anfield. But it just doesn't make sense for him to go, and I think he might go United because they're desperate for a superstar name, and Ed Woodward always gets attracted by that superstar name, like a Griezmann or a Bale.
Yeah.
And it would not surprise me if he gets lured to the fact that United are going to pay him a fat paycheck, and he'll go there for £108 million.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Moving on from Griezmann, Joe, on to Bale, really, another player that's a big club looking to potentially leave. And the reason for it is because Zinedine Zidane once more decides that he's not good enough to play as a substitute, never mind as a regular starting 11. I mean, Bale's never done anything for Real Madrid or for Zinedine Zidane as a substitute. No, he's not like he scored an overhead kick in the Champions League final to help them win the league. No, he's never done that. Where do you think? What do you think of Bale? Where do you think he could go? Do you think he could return back to England, to potentially Tottenham or something like that, or Manchester United perhaps?
It's difficult, isn't it? I think you need to find someone that will pay his wages.
Yeah.
Madrid would have to pay out the rest of his contract, from what I understand, which is it 17 million or something a year or something like that?
It's something ridiculous, yeah.
I don't know. It's bizarre. I think if the quotes from himself, because obviously the Zidane one saying about the four substitutes believed to be fabricated.
Yeah.
But if his own quote where he says it's all right, I'll just stay and play golf for 3 years, that shows some bottle from the lad. Shows some bottle, because lots of other clubs would have just gone to the Madrid, but okay, I'll do whatever you want, lot of other players, and you caved in under the pressure from the Madrid fans, because the Madrid fans haven't treated him nicely since he's arrived, really. But him to say, oh, so I'll just take my paycheck and sit and play golf for 3 years, that shows some bottle. yes, okay, a little bit of an attitude thing. You could argue, surely he should want to play football a bit more. But realistically, Madrid brought him. He's done his job at Madrid. So why should he just take the abuse? I think it's going to be interesting to see who would, because the only clubs I could think of affording really in Europe are PSG, but I couldn't see them interested. United, maybe Chelsea, but Chelsea got the ban, and City, but City won't be interested in him.
No.
Bale doesn't fit City. From my point on Bale, it's like his motivation's gone, because when he went to Madrid, he had a point to prove, but now he's got nothing to prove. And Bale is like United's version of Alexis Sanchez. Big wages, 3 years left, no one's going to pay them. Yeah. And Bale's just sitting there going, what are you going to do? And obviously when Zidane left Madrid, it's because Perez wasn't giving him the control. And now Perez has brought him back. It's shown that he's gone to Zidane, I'm going to back you. You do what you want. And I think one of the big ones is like, I'm going to get rid of Bale.
Yeah.
And I think now, Perez has gone, yeah, I think you can do it, because another Madrid player, Navas, looks, he's set to leave, and Madrid is set for a massive overhaul this summer. And I think Zidane is going to have the power to do as he pleases.
It could be a big way because, Real Madrid need to bounce back in La Liga and get themselves back up and competing against Barcelona for the title as well. Last one I want to talk about, because we've got about 2 minutes left of the show. Kante being linked to PSG. Of course, Chelsea's got this transfer ban. If they lose Kante as well, it's a huge player from the squad to lose as well. Question I want to raise to you guys is, quickly, do Chelsea make it into the top 4 if they lose Kante this summer?
No.
Nope.
No.
And they don't make it even if they do have him, because of the transfer ban. If they don't have Kante, their midfield's going to be Jorginho, Barkley, Mason Mount. That's not top 4 quality midfield.
Joe, any thoughts?
I think it'd take a big sum of money to make them sell N'Golo Kante. You're looking at 80 million plus. I think for Kante, he's been quality for them for the 3 years since he come in. He was quality at Leicester. Surprise signing is really at Leicester, because nobody else was looking at him. Leicester signed him and done well. Got the big move to Chelsea, won a title, won the FA Cup. Could win the Europa League as well. Not bad going really in 3 years. I think if he does go though, because he's the key for that midfield. He keeps everything tight and keeps everything together. I think as soon as he goes, they're relying on Jorginho, and he's not really set the world alight. Let's be honest.
No.
So I think they'll struggle for top 4.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they cope if Kante was to leave for PSG this summer.